We all know now that OM Digital Solutions will take over Olympus and they will start manufacturing Olympus gear the 1st of January 2021. Here is my wish list for OM Digital Solutions. What do I want for features? What do I want the new cameras to be? And also I want to know your opinion. What do you think? After you watch my wish list, please comment in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts and wishes for OM Digital Solutions? Coming up. Hi there, my name is Peter Forsgård and I am an Olympus visionary and a professional photographer from Helsinki, Finland. And before we start talking about that wish list, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that bell so you get notified when there is a new video online. My channel is all about you getting to be a better photographer and about Olympus gear, and this time a wish list to OM Digital Solutions. I will divide my wishes to three things. The first ones are the features for photography, second one is a wish list for video features, and the third one is about cameras and lenses. But let's start with the photographic features that I would like OM Digital Solutions to add to Olympus cameras. The first thing is to redesign the menu system so it's more intuitive and more or easier to use. And the way mobile phones are built, or the user interface, I would suggest that go that way. Have really easy big icons that can be used with touchscreen. And I think that would make the toggling the different stuff in the menu system a lot easier rather than the way it's done now. The way it's done now is like almost 20 years. It's been the same from the start of digital, the structure or the way to make it. I think we should, or they should rethink that to make it more intuitive and easier to use. Because one of the biggest things, at least for me, is the usability of a camera. Because when it's really easy to use and fun to use, you use it more and photographing more, which leads to better images in the long run. So having fun and in easy use and a camera that is easy to use is a big thing. The second thing is to add MySets to all Olympus cameras. EM10 Mark IV is a marvelous camera, and as I said a couple of times before, it's one of my go-to cameras now, one of my favorites. It's actually my favorite go-to camera right now. But there's one big flaw. I cannot store my settings on that camera. If I change something, that will stay. I can't go back without changing that particular menu item back. And of course, for me, when I do these videos, tutorials, I constantly change the stuff in my menu system. And that's why with other cameras, it's easy for me. I always have my basic settings on one custom setting or MySet. But with this EM10 Mark IV, I cannot do that. And I think that should be changed with firmware. I know it can be done. There is nothing to stop that. The only thing is that they want to differ cameras and make it not so appealing, because that will cut the sales from other cameras. And I think that's not a good strategy. At least I think so. And of course, all these wishes that I have are not really big ones. And most likely they are things that could be done. Of course, it's another thing if it's in business-wise, a wise decision. But I'm not taking, or thinking about that. I just think what I or maybe you would like to have in your Olympus camera. And the third thing is to increase LiveND to 10 stops. I do not know if that's technically possible, but it would be great to have a LiveND all the way up to 10 stops. Now it's up to 5, and yeah, that's good, but 10 is better. And now when it's up to 5, we still need ND filters. If it was up to 10, we would not need any ND filters, except the gradual ones, but not on everyday shooting, or if you want to make a long exposure during a bit brighter day, it would be possible with 10-stop LiveND. But of course, LiveND is only available in EM1 Mark III and EM1X. But in future cameras, when they get better processors, it might be possible with other cameras too. And let's next talk about video features. The image quality of video is really nice. It's really high bitrate. You got all different options, 4K, Ultra HD, Full HD, really high quality. But there's one thing that is missing. That's 4K 60p. To be honest, I really don't understand why it's not there. It's nothing to do with the processor. It's powerful enough, I know that. It should be there because using 60p and then slowing it down to 30, you get the motion a bit smoother, and that's something that I really would need. And then the second thing is add microphone jack to every camera that can shoot video. That's something that I really don't understand. It shouldn't be very expensive to add that because there is a microphone anyways. And okay, headphone jack, that we can live without that if the camera is more towards vlogging style video making. If it's a video camera where you do photograph or videograph others, then the mic jack is really essential to monitor the audio. But for vlogging cameras, it's not that important. But the mic jack, that is. And I really don't understand why they don't have it on every camera that shoots video. Put that in there. And then remove the 30-minute time limit on videos. It's not necessary anymore. It used to be a thing because some tax thing, but I don't think it's a big deal because there are other cameras that do have it and don't cost any more than Olympus cameras. And then also add waveforms, vectorscopes, and maybe even false colors to make it easier to make the exposure with video. Now, because histogram isn't really that reliable when making videos, vectorscopes, waveforms, and false colors are a lot better for that. Because video is getting more and more important, and having all those will make Olympus cameras more attractive to video shooters. Now, it has good quality video, as I said, but all the other things that make it easier to make those great videos should be there also. And now that we talked about the video features, it's easy to transfer to cameras. The first thing is to make a video-centric OMD or pen camera. Looking the landscape of video cameras nowadays and the demand and what people shoot with their video cameras is vlogging, of course. So make a almost perfect, or maybe you should make a perfect, the best vlogging camera on the market. Because developing a new camera or is that a develop? Anyways, bringing to the market a new camera for Olympus, it has to be the best one. Good enough is not anymore enough for Olympus. Sad to say that, but they need to be top-notch to survive. Sorry to say that, but that's the way it is. And making the perfect vlogging camera would make a lot of sense. It doesn't matter if it's an OMD or a pen camera. That would be one great thing. The second camera that I would like to see is Pen F Mark II. Make that also the best street photography camera there is on the market. Because as I said, Olympus needs to make the best gear to survive. Pen F is a great street photography camera because it has the viewfinder on the edge, so that you have the camera on this side and you can see what's going on with the other eye. I think that's really great. Put in the best AF system that Olympus can deliver and a new sensor. Talking about the new sensor, Micro Four Thirds and especially Olympus needs a new sensor. And I'm not saying that it should be a really high megapixel amount. What I'm saying, it should be a bit better dynamic range and handling noise. Those two things would be a good start. Of course, if there are more megapixels, I don't mind, but I'm totally happy with the 20 that I have already, so that's not the thing. But as I said, the new cameras has to be top-notch, the best on the market. Do you agree with me, and what are your wishes? Please let me know in the comments down below. And let's talk about lenses. We all know the current lens roadmap, that there are some interesting lenses coming up. There is one set of lenses that I would like to have, is the f1.8 lenses. Make those new ones that are weather sealed, at least, if not fully weather sealed, have them at least partially weather sealed. That would be a really great thing, because those lenses are really nice and small, and I really like those lenses, but I wouldn't mind if they were a bit newer models on that, Mark II versions on those lenses. And then also the f4 lineup of lenses should be continued with, let's say, like 40 to 150 mm f4 lens, pro lens, with maybe an image stabilizer on that. And then there is also already going to be the ultra wide angle zoom. Then there is already the 12 to 45 millimeter f4, so 40 to 150 millimeter f4 with an image stabilizer. That would work SyncIS with bodies would be really great, because I think the f4 series is really clever because those are really nice and small lenses, and are not. They could also be a bit cheaper than the f2.8 or the 1.2 lenses. What are your wishes for new lenses, or what is your favorite lens from the lens roadmap that it's coming? What are you waiting for? What lenses you wait for? But hey, thanks for watching and bye for now.